Hi, my name is Maggie Camp, and this is my communication technology presentation. For my first three communication reports, I have discussed Google Hangouts, LinkedIn, and Scrabble Go. Only one of these was new for me, which was the Scrabble Go, so I did enjoy kind of diving deep into the history and the knowledge of all three of these pieces of technology that we have at our fingertips. So I will go in order of which I wrote, starting off Google Hangouts. Google Hangouts is kind of a branch off of things like Google Talk, Google Plus Messenger, and other things like that. There was growing competition from Facebook Messenger, iMessage, and the WhatsApp. And this growing competition, it pushed for Google Hangout to be launched in May of 2013. Unfortunately, as of November of this year, 2022, it will be discontinued and will be replaced with Google Chats. I did read that this will be kind of similar. It will just basically have just a different display and maybe a couple different features, but they plan to try and keep it close to what Google Hangouts was. Google Hangouts attracts a variety of users, including consultants and other experts. I even read where like physicians use this and other businesses. There's no one excluded from Google Hangouts, and the goals are kind of really just to communicate, whether that be through your computer or even just clicking the app on your phone. They just wanted it to be a goal to be able to reach people quick and easy. Whenever I tried to use Google Hangouts, I did think that it was very easy to use. I used it to communicate with my family that lives down in Georgia, so we were all able to download it and try it for the first time. We are Apple users though, so we all said that we would still prefer and enjoy to use like Apple FaceTime. We thought that that would be easier than Google Hangouts just because we weren't used to it. I think that we would enjoy it more if we gave it some more time. Secondly, I researched LinkedIn. LinkedIn began in 2022 and was launched in 2003. I read and read, but LinkedIn does plan to be around for a long time. There is no sign of it going anywhere. LinkedIn is used by many people. It typically draws in business professionals. It's available for everyone, and it's the world's largest professional network. This has been a great resource. Even before doing this technology report, I had a LinkedIn account for many years in the previous past. I use it almost weekly, I would say. It's so easy to use. It's allowed me to connect with so many different people and companies. Allows me to put myself out there and basically have an online resume. I do plan to use it for even looking for something here in the spring after college. And I would say that personally, I would use this for a very long time, even as an older adult. Lastly, I researched Scrabble Go, and to no surprise, this became popular during COVID. I'm sure that so many people are well aware of just Scrabble, the good old board game with the wooden pieces. I remember playing that as a kid, and I still play that sometimes. Scrabble Go is basically the same thing, but all via your phone or on a laptop. It is all technology based. That's why I was not shocked when it uproared during COVID. It was kind of launched when all the restrictions were going on. You couldn't go hang out, go to people's houses. So this really just allowed for people to still try to have that connection, even when it was not possible, and still be able to have the older generational feel of playing a board game. Let's see here. Whenever I tried Scrabble, I really enjoyed it. Usually I don't play games on my phone. I'm just usually not into that. If I do play a board game, it's with my family at a holiday usually. But I did try this and I used it whether I was sitting at a doctor's appointment waiting to be seen, on long road trip car rides, I found useful, or even just playing a game before bed. I did find that I enjoyed it. I really liked it because it is kind of educational based, while you're coming up with new words and all of that sense. So it really makes you think. So it makes you feel like you're putting your brain to good use, I suppose. There's no signs of Scrabble Go going anywhere. It's been a whole different dimension being on your phone or your laptop and just being technology based. You don't have to worry about the missing pieces or picking up after you're done with the game, and stuff like that. So as a whole, I do think that it is beneficial, especially if you do like Scrabble. This would be a good piece of technology to try out. The only downside I do see with it is the older generations are in love with the idea of a board game. So I do think that all this new technology might be harder for older people to try and learn how to use, and sometimes elder people don't even have like a smartphone to use something like this. But overall, this is a great piece of technology, and I do see it being around for a very long time, as I read. In conclusion, I really did enjoy reading through all the different information for these 3 different technologies, being Google Hangouts, LinkedIn, and Scrabble Go. Like I said in the beginning, Scrabble Go was the only new one for me. And I found myself even weeks later after trying it out for the first time still going back to use it in those bored moments. So I think that is all. Thank you for listening.